Hey rugby fans, welcome back to my channel. Now my name is Ralph and welcome back to Rugby Fanatic. Now today we're breaking down on Ireland's hard-fought win over Argentina. What a game and also what an atmosphere. If you were an Irish fan right now, it wouldn't sit well with you with this victory. The old saying goes, a win is a win, but a bit of concerns with Andy Farrell's boys. So Ireland getting the victory over the Pumas, 22-19. So I thought in this video we're going to dive into player ratings and also talk about both teams and talk about who were the players that performed, who were the standouts. We've got a full player ratings for both teams, so we'll start off the Irish. So let's get into it. So starting with the backs, we've got Hugo Keenan. The fullback had a solid game. Making plenty of carries and looking to spark Ireland's attack, though he didn't do anything flashy. But he fulfilled his role really well, so I just gave him a 5. And also on the wing, we had Mac Hansen, was far more like a superstar, we know, but he scored a great try. But to be honest, he attempted tackle on Juan Cruz, Maria. Honestly, it's one he'll want to forget. Still a good outing overall for Mac Hansen, so I'll give him a 6. And also Gary Ringrose, he was a standout for me. His deceptive pace and also strength were key in Ireland's attack. He beat like 5 defenders. He racked up 68 meters with ball in hand and was solid defensively, so I gave him a solid 8. And then we had Robbie Henshaw. He had an all-round solid game in the 12th channel. He was effective both in attack and defence, and you have to think he made some strong case to start again. So I gave him a 6. And also James Lowe. The Kiwi always a live wire in the Islands jersey. James Lowe was busy, especially in the first half. His kicking game added balance to the back line, but overall it wasn't his best outing, so I gave him a 5. And also Jack Crowley, bounced back well after a tough run, grabbing his first test try and finishing with 12 points. He played a huge part in Ireland's attack in the first half, though a few second half errors crept in, so I give him a 5. And then scrum half, Jamison Gibson Park, was as always at the heart of Ireland's attack. His game awareness, also his experience and pace disrupted Argentina time and again. Gibson Park was a real standout for me, so I gave him a solid 8. And then we move on to the captain, Caelan Doris. Wasn't quite as his usual dominant form. But he still made 18 tackles and showed leadership throughout the game. He's trending well with the captaincy, so I give him a 7. And then, Josh van der Fleur, was an absolute workhorse as usual. 24 tackles. That tells you everything you need to know. He's one of the best performers in the world, and when he's on, he's unstoppable. So I give him a solid 8. And then, Bernie was all over the park, but he'll be disappointed with the knock on over the line. But still, he was busy and had a solid game. Though his breakdown presence wasn't as impactful as usual, so I give him a 5. And then also James Ryan had a quiet game by his standards. He made some good plays early, but got lost in the game. When Argentina found their rhythm. So I gave him a 5. And then we have Joe McCarthy. I mean, he was solid. I mean, though a yellow card for repeated penalties knocked his score down. I mean, he gave us all in the physical exchanges and even bagged a try. So I gave him a solid 7. Finley Bilham, I mean, might feel fortunate to have stayed on the field after a questionable tackle, and overall he didn't offer much in the scrums or around the park, so I'll give him a 5. Then Ronan Callagher, I mean, he was solid but unspectacular. I mean, he threw in 18 tackles but did have a bad overthrow in the line out, so a quiet but reliable performance, so I give him a 5. And then Andrew Porter took some heat in the scrums. I mean, while he made some solid defensive contributions, it wasn't the most dominant outing, so I just gave him a 5. And then on the bench, a special mention to one of the debut. He's only 21, Sam Prendergast. I mean, who had an impressive debut running the attack with confidence. He's definitely one to watch moving forward, and also the future for Irish rugby. And also Jamie Osborne injected energy, and also the veteran, Cian Healy. I mean, he's played 133 Test games. I mean, he made history, equaling Brian O'Driscoll's record. So while coming off the bench was solid, his experience, changed the whole dynamics in the game. And also Peter O'Murray as well, his experience. So I gave the replacements overall a 5. So there you have it. That's for the Irish. And then now we move on to the Pumas now. The fullback, Juan Cruz Maria. I mean, first up, honestly, he had a solid performance. I mean, especially in the first half, where his defence helped shut down a few Irish scoring chances. But the highlight was he scored half try, dodging defenders and running half the length of the field to score Argentina. For Argentina, an awesome performance, so I give him a solid 8. And also Escrow, had a quieter game. He contributed with plenty of passes after scrums, but didn't really make any game-changing plays. A solid but unspectacular performance. And then also we had Lucio Cinti. I mean, Lucio had a decent outing, but he'll want to forget the 2 moments when he lost possession. I mean, the first was a steal from Van der Fleur, and then later a big tackle from Ireland led to a knock-on. So not the best night for him, so I'll give him a 6. And also Escrow, I gave him a 6.5. And Mares Moroni, I mean, I gave him a 6. I mean, Moroni had a rocky start. I mean, he thought he scored an early try, but it was ruled out, and a foul, sent him to the sin bin. Not an ideal beginning, but after that, he kept his head in the game. So I gave him a 6. And then Bautista, I mean, Dalgai, I mean, I gave him a solid 8. I mean, Dalgai was quick off the mark, assisting what would have been a brilliant early try. It's not been ruled out, so still he was active and showed his attacking potential, so I gave him a solid 8. And then Tomas Albornoz, honestly, Albornoz, give him my 8.5. He was impressed with his kicking game. He kept Argentina in the game with a perfect 100% record from the tee. His drop goal attempt late in the match didn't go as planned, but he was crucial for Argentina's scoreboard pressure, so I gave him a solid 8.5. Then also Gonzalo, Gonzalo kept things steady in the scrums, and he did his job, but he didn't really stand out in the game, but needed someone to step up, so I gave him a 5. And then Oviedo had some solid ball recovers in the first half, but unfortunate tackle led to penalties, giving Ireland an advantage to score. So definitely something he wants to improve on. So I gave him a 5. And then Gonzalez, the Saracens, man, I mean, I gave him a 6. Gonzalez didn't quite hit the heights we're used to seeing him. A bit of a underwhelming performance by his standards, so I give him a 6. And then Pablo, Matera, honestly, I gave him a 7. At 34, Matera showed his experience with a cool head under pressure, his leadership, and also poise helped Argentina stay in the game. And even when it looked like they might, fall behind. So his experience was crucial in that game. And also Rubelo, Pedro did his job in the second row. I mean, making some key moves, but overall he didn't have a huge impact on the game. So I gave Pedro 6.5. And also Betty, Betty was rock solid in defence. He worked well alongside Rubelo making critical tackles. But honestly, Betty, he was solid on defence. He brought down some Irish ball carriers and time again. So I gave him a solid 7. And then we had Scalavi. Scalavi stood out in the scrums and helped shore up Argentina's defence against Ireland's attack. His presence was felt throughout the game. And then Montoya, Montoya led by example. Staying calm under pressure. He had to go off for a quick blood check, but came back on quickly and showing his grit and determination as captain. Honestly, a true leader. And also Gallo. Gallo didn't get much shout out from the commentators, but his defensive work was crucial. But his big frame made a huge impact, and he was a key part of Argentina's defensive effort. So I gave him a 7, and also Montoya, I gave him an 8. Ruiz came on to replace Montoya for a quick blood check, but didn't make much of an impact before Montoya returned. So I gave him a 4. And also Gomez. Gomez, no, it wasn't ideal. He gave away a yellow card for a foul tackle, putting Argentina down to 14 men at a crucial point in the match. And then we had Molina, had a decent impact after coming on, particularly in the lineouts, but he did have a couple of fumbles and interrupted Argentina's momentum. And then we had San Diego. Didn't get much time to make a big impression coming in the last 20 minutes, but he kept things steady for his side. So I gave him a 6, and also Molina a 6. And also Garcia. Garcia came on in the second half and helped to keep Argentina calm under pressure, but contributed to maintaining their composure as the game sped up. So I gave him a 6. And also Santiago Carreras. Carreras made a key defensive play in the dying minutes, stopping an Irish breakaway. It was crucial. It was a crucial moment, but it helped secure Argentina's defense. And also Justio Picado. Justio Picado didn't get any game time in the match, so can't really give him a rating. Hopefully we see more of him in the future. So there you go. Comment below who do you think was the standout players for you guys, and who do you think stand out for you guys, and also it'll be interesting to know your player ratings. So let me know about the game, your thoughts. Comment below about the game. And like I said, some concerning sides for Andy Farrell and his Irish team. A lot to improve from. Their discipline kind of lacked as well. There was some Yeah, bit of an average performance from the Irish in that second half. They did really well to build on that momentum in the first half, but come the second half, yeah, they just couldn't keep that momentum going. So hopefully to see them improve next week. So comment below, let me know about your thoughts about their performance in this game. But thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and keep the rugby spirit alive and keep supporting your teams, and we will see you in the next video.